If war reaches your country, these plants could keep you alive. History shows us that during major conflicts, the systems we trust, supermarkets, supply chains, even running water, can fail in an instant. Shelves go empty, and the familiar becomes uncertain. This isn't about fear. This is about knowledge. Here at Green House, we believe in calm, practical preparedness. Today, we're exploring the quiet strength of nature, the overlooked plants in our own backyards that could sustain us when nothing else can. Let's start with one of the most recognized and powerful plants on Earth, the dandelion. You might see it as a weed, but in a crisis, it's a powerhouse. Dandelions grow almost everywhere: lawns, parks, and roadsides across the temperate world. Every part is useful. The young leaves are packed with vitamins A, C, and K, perfect for a salad or boiled like spinach to reduce bitterness. The roots can be roasted and ground to make a coffee-like drink, and the bright yellow flowers can be made into a simple tea. A quick warning: always harvest from areas you know are free from pesticides. And if you have a latex allergy, handle with care. The next plant grows almost everywhere, and most people walk past it without a second glance. It's called plantain, not the banana-like fruit, but broadleaf plantain. Look for its low-growing rosette of oval leaves with distinct parallel veins. It thrives in compacted soil, so you'll find it in driveways, footpaths, and neglected lawns. The young leaves are edible raw in small amounts, but they get tough with age, so boiling them is best. Think of it as a wild spinach, but its real magic is in first aid. Crushed or chewed, the leaves can be applied to insect bites, small cuts, and stings to soothe pain and reduce inflammation. It's nature's bandage. Now, let's talk about a plant that offers both food and comfort: mallow. You'll find it in gardens and disturbed ground, identifiable by its round, slightly lobed leaves and small pinkish-purple flowers. The leaves and young seed pods, often called cheeses for their shape, are completely edible. They have a mild, pleasant taste and a unique, mucilaginous texture, which means they can thicken soups and stews, making a small meal feel more substantial. More importantly, this same quality helps soothe a sore throat or an upset stomach when steeped into a tea. It's gentle, it's nutritious, and it grows abundantly. Our next survival ally might surprise you because it's a common garden ornamental. It's the rose. All rose petals are edible as long as they haven't been sprayed with chemicals. They have a delicate, slightly sweet flavor. But the real treasure is what comes after the flower, the rose hip. These small, reddish fruits are one of the most concentrated sources of vitamin C you can find, far more than oranges. This is critical for boosting your immune system when medical help might be unavailable. Simply steep the hips in hot water for a powerful tea. Just be sure to remove the hairy seeds inside before consuming them whole, as they can cause irritation. Let's move to something incredibly common in woody areas and even some backyards: pine needles. All evergreens are safe, so proper identification is key. Avoid yew trees, which are toxic, but the needles from most pine, spruce, and fir trees can be steeped to make a tea rich in vitamin C and A. It has a refreshing, slightly citrusy flavor in a survival situation. A warm cup of pine needle tea can be a huge morale booster, providing warmth, hydration, and essential nutrients. Just a small handful of chopped needles in hot water is all you need. Don't boil them, as it can destroy the vitamins and release bitter compounds. Look no further than the cattail. Found in marshes, ponds, and ditches worldwide, the cattail is like a wild supermarket. In spring, the young shoots can be peeled and eaten like cucumber. The green flower spikes can be cooked and eaten like corn on the cob. But the most valuable part is the root, the rhizome. It's full of starch. You can dig it up, wash it, and then pound it to release the starchy powder, which can be mixed with water to make a simple flatbread or used to thicken soups. It's labor-intensive, but it provides calories that are crucial for survival. The final plant is a quiet giant of nutrition: stinging nettle. Yes, it stings, but that defense mechanism is neutralized by heat. Once cooked, nettle is a delicious and incredibly nutritious green loaded with iron, calcium, and protein. Use gloves to harvest the young tops before they flower. Boiling or steaming them for just a few minutes turns them into a superfood that tastes similar to spinach. The water you boiled them in becomes a nutrient-rich broth. In a time of scarcity, nettle offers a level of nutrition that's hard to find elsewhere. So, what do you do when the stores are closed and your pantry is running low? You start by looking first step is to learn to identify these plants now before you need them. Take pictures, use a good field guide, and get to know the green spaces around you. You can even start cultivating these plants discreetly in your own garden or in pots. Patch of nettle or a row of mallow isn't just a garden, it's a living pantry. This knowledge is not just about physical survival, it's about mental resilience. Knowing you can provide for yourself and your family builds a sense of control and hope in a world that feels out of control. Nature is not just a last resort, it can be our most reliable partner. It teaches us to be observant, patient, and resourceful. Connecting with these plants builds a powerful mindset, one of abundance, not scarcity. It reminds us that even in the harshest of times, life finds a way, and we can too. Thank you for joining us at Greenhouse. We encourage you to start learning today, peacefully and proactively. Subscribe for more practical knowledge that empowers you to be self-reliant. Remember, knowing the plants around you today is a skill that could save a life tomorrow.